Yo. And we're live.
The 27 Podcast.
The 27 Podcast.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
Is burning. Hosted by
Yo,
Angelo
man.
Max.
That is the fucking. You have an XCD.
No.
My nigga, wait. Yo.
That intro is funny.
Yo, wait, talk about. Every time that I hear that intro, bro, I just be like, yo.
Yeah. Listen, I remember when.
Yo, yo, yo. The Bronx is burning. Hosted by Angelo Max. These scumbags.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's funny.
No.
You know what's funny? I was in Puerto Rico, and he sent me this, and I listened to it like 3 times, and I was like, damn. Yo, this sounds so. This is white, right? This is white shit right here.
Go ahead, make a proper introduction. Go ahead, guys.
You already know.
Yo, this is episode 3, bro.
3.
Episode 3.
It's amazing.
You know, I think this is the most consistent I've ever been.
Yo, because the last podcast.
Let's go. Let's clap it up. We got 3.
3. You know?
That's big right there, bro.
We're gonna talk about this on 100 episodes.
Yeah, we need to do the same. No. We up to 3, right? We got to do this in episode 20 and episode 40.
Dope.
We're going to celebrate.
It's your boy Angelo.
Oh, 7. Yeah, that's God's number right there.
Just so if y'all forgot, it's your boy Angelo. Him with my man Max. Tell him.
We here, bro. We in the building. We
got the white intro.
Yeah, I mean, I think we do that just to be able to hit all different types of audiences. Because when they hear the show, they're going to know that we some ghetto-ass people.
Yo,
What's up?
the 27 Podcast.
27. I mean, in episode 2, I think it got a little heated between me and Dub, you know. After the episode, we went outside. You know, we shot the fair one. You know what I'm saying?
It was crazy, y'all. It was crazy.
We shot the fair one for Anuel and Coscu.
Yo, Dub fought the whole fight,
Tell him you lost.
and his glasses didn't even come off.
That's true. He had the whole fight and his glasses didn't move out of his face, bro.
Yeah,
I was going to break it up, but I'm a skinny dude. You know, they would have killed me.
Yeah.
2 rhinos.
It was like 2 bears. 2 bears fighting. But yeah, I mean, that episode, you know.
You guys talking about bears. You guys fought ever before?
Nah, I was scared of Angel.
What, who, me and him?
Yeah.
We fought a few times.
For
We
real?
fought? Like
Yeah,
real fight?
Like a real, I mean, it was a kid fight.
And did you get your hits off?
Nah, he punched me in my face, actually.
I did.
Yeah?
I
He
did.
punched me in my face.
But I think it was because I was jealous. I
How
was
did
like
you
a
feel?
little
Can I do
jealous.
it, bro? Yo,
No, I'm saying now, if you do it now,
Yeah.
he gonna kill you. I'll be honest.
Yo, you whooped his ass, yo.
No, Dub.
You fucked him up?
No, listen.
No, we didn't fuck. Like, we loved each other enough that we couldn't fuck each other up. It was just
wasn't
like,
personal, but you
yeah,
punched
it
him
was
in
like
the
a
face.
brother. So, you know, you
Bro,
fight with your brother,
I
yeah.
love you.
I'm gonna tell you this.
But you punched him in the face?
You know, he punched me in my face.
I did.
But
Not that hard.
I want people to understand in this room.
Did it hurt?
Angel is my OG. You understand what I'm saying? Like he,
So he used to send you to the store?
yeah, facts.
I ain't send you to the
No, you didn't send me to the store, but something like
I
that.
didn't send
Every
you to the
time we
store.
used to bag girls, I used to be with the ugly chick.
Oh, here we go.
I was with the
Because he took one for the team a couple of times. He blaming
Somebody,
me.
I'm gonna tell him that though. 'Cause, yo, él no va para la tienda para nadie.
No.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't
Tú
go
te
to
puedes
the
estar
store.
muriendo y no le pides un favor.
No me manda la bodega. Oye, pero espérate, si tú te estás muriendo de hambre
Loco,
and
no
you ask
hay.
me for some money, I'll give it to you. Hey, go ahead, go buy it.
But it's not about the money, bro.
He wanna send me to the
send you
store,
to the
y'all.
store. That's
Dub,
what
I don't know why
he wanna
Dub
see. He
tiene
wanna
esto.
see you walk into the store. That's what-
Tú sabes, yo creo que tú dices, yo no voy a la bodega. Tú tienes que ir a la bodega. Tú eres más flaco, loco.
Es más flaco, el que tiene más hambre, ¿verdad?
No, tú estás flaco, tú pesas menos. Los
Llega
relojes
más
van light.
But listen.
Maybe
listen.
on episode 80, I'll go to the store for you. Live. We're going to do that episode, and you're going to say, yo, can you go to the store? I'll go to the store for that.
Episode 80 comes, you said you was going to go.
Yeah,
No,
he
but
and I'll go.
hey, it's here.
Nah, I don't
He
It's
said it.
here.
Episode 80. He gotta
Episode
go to
80,
the store.
I'll go to the store.
I'm here. I'm gonna remember you.
Ali said it.
I'm gonna come up with a list.
Nah,
Oh, no, not a sharp
I also
end.
wait. I also want to give a shout out, right? We got Alex Calibra here. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, good guy. He just hit 800,000 plays on SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? 800,000.
So está bueno.
Now, I'm sorry, I can't really say that name, but we need to move those streams to Audio Mac. You know what I'm saying? So you can make that money.
I gotta blur that out.
But
What?
I gotta blur that.
Why you gotta?
name?
Yeah, blur out SoundCloud, please.
All right.
Blur. Just blur.
But hold up, you
Sorry.
haven't talked about Audio Mac. You just keep saying that.
Okay.
What is your connection to Audio Mac? Let the people know. Tell them the good news.
Okay. Oh, we gotta.
He's rich, y'all.
Nah.
He's the big man on campus
Todos
now.
los primos que le tiren a más que está buscado.
Nah, I mean the announcement is I didn't say in the last episode, but the announcement is I just got the position in Audio Mac for senior editor and Latin music.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Get it done. Get it done.
We moving on up, bro. We moving on up.
Congratulations, Max.
Word. And I can say this. I'm proud of you, my brother.
You see?
That's what's up.
my OG
You
saying
heard?
that. You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
proud
I'm
of you,
happy.
brother. You
I'm
gotta
happy.
clap
You
for
make
that.
the OG happy.
You
That's
know?
good. You know what I'm saying? But the point is of the position that makes me the happiest one is that check is nice.
Woo.
Yeah, the check is nice.
Yo,
But
remember, we going to the buffet.
we go to the buffet
gotta
with
take
the
it to the
first
buffet,
check.
dog.
Yeah.
It's on Max.
Yo camino si me invitan.
Besides that though, it gives me an opportunity to contribute to the culture.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing with me is I feel like us as Latinos, we don't have a lot of platforms to talk. You know what I'm saying? One, it's all Spanish, one, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
But two, we don't have the creativity yet because we're growing as a culture to open up so many different platforms. You know what I'm saying? When you're a hip hop artist, there's a million blogs, there's a million radio stations, there's a million different platforms that you could go to and promote your music. And I feel that us as Latins, we don't have that. So having Audio Mac, first of all, Audio Mac barely had a Latin division when I went in there. So for them to give me the opportunity to put my stamp and to open up a nice marketing budget,
So pretty much building it.
building it up. I'm gonna be able to build up the Latin division within Audio Mac,
That's dope.
and I'm not gonna let y'all down. Let's go.
So I'll be your assistant, Max. You heard?
No, I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Throw me a check.
I mean, the only thing is I can't really mess with Rubio because he unfollowed me on Instagram.
Oh, Rubio.
You know what I'm saying?
Just give me
I
a
can't
follow,
really-
so I'm good.
You know what I'm saying?
¿Qué está pasando, Rubio?
Yeah, Rubio se pasó conmigo, loco.
No
Yeah.
está bien.
And another thing is,
De Haki's Instagram.
the dopest thing is, besides that, I gave my brother Dub a platform as well to put his beats because this nigga's a retired producer, bro. He don't like producing for nobody. That's a fact.
Why not?
I don't know, bro. I think Dub is like frustrated with the music industry.
What, is he cocky?
No, it's
Is
not
he-
that he's cocky. I think he's
been through a lot.
frustrated.
He's been
Yeah,
through
he's
a
been
lot.
through a lot in
of
the music
heartbreaks.
industry. You
I
know
mean,
what I'm saying?
this industry is not easy to be.
It's
in.
not. And the crazy thing that I want to say is we always celebrate the good shit, right? When somebody actually achieves some sort of success, we celebrate it. But we don't understand the path that they had to go through to get there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, like, I didn't really respect or understand these celebrities or anything like that because I felt like sometimes it was given to them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But me being part of the industry, humbling saying that, like, I had to sacrifice a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that I had to do to just move forward in the industry is hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're not willing to sacrifice it all, you're not going to be able to go anywhere. You understand? Like everything.
So if you're artist out there, you trying to make it in the business, you should understand that it's gonna be a lot of sacrifices.
It's hard because this is the thing, right? Think about an artist's day. You think that they have time to think that it's their uncle's birthday? They don't have time for that, right? They got a million shows that they got to do. They got to record. They got to do PR. They got to do interviews. They getting pulled from a million different directions. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have the time or the thought process to think about their family or to think about anybody. You know, the funniest thing is I saw an interview, you know, with one of the, I forgot, it's an actor, but he said that he didn't see his kids for like 2 years.
That's crazy.
Because he was recording a movie and the movie was extended and he had to be on set and he was engaged. You know, because there's certain actors that when they're acting, they become that person. Mm-hmm. So like if you're a villain, you know, a bad guy in the movie and you're trying to stay focused to stay in the zone, you can't interact with people. You can't interact with your family.
They gotta be that person.
You gotta be that person. You know, so if that person, like what happened to Heath Ledger, right? When he was playing the Joker. After that, he committed suicide because he really went crazy, like the Joker. He took that role. Yeah, he became that role. Like they said that he was locking himself in dark rooms for 15 hours.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
To come from a masterpiece like that.
Yeah, like for me, that was the craziest movie he ever did. Oh, okay. We're
just gonna leave it alone. All right? Remember, first episode was about the retarded women and the good pussy. Not gonna talk about
all right, we're not gonna talk about that. All right. But, Dub, you gotta blur that out too, because a nigga political now and shit. You can't be saying those type of words. But the point is, you got to sacrifice a lot, and that comes from every aspect in this business. And it sometimes it gets to the point where there's so many artists, you know, that they're trying to achieve a certain amount of a success, and they feel like they're not, and then they get frustrated and they want to quit. And that's where I feel the change has happened. Now it's becoming easier to become that artist. You got 16, 15, 17-year-old kids come out with one record, and that's it. They out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're gone.
A lot of them want.
And then you're giving all these kids all this money with no type of education, and it's like, what do you expect that's going to happen?
They're going to fail.
They're going to fail.
Unless they got somebody next to them that's gonna
that actually cares.
Exactly, and put them through the right steps and not spend all their money. That's the problem. You 16 years old with a Lamborghini. That's gonna affect your pockets. But you know, another thing I wanted to point out, because we wanted to get a little serious on this episode. Yeah. We wanted to talk about, you know, like stress and a lot of us guys, we kind of don't lean on people. We don't show our emotions and stuff like that, and it could drive us mad.
Yeah.
I mean, even suicide. Yeah. And we seen it, like even in the industry and stuff like that. People like Robin Williams.
Yeah. That guy's life was dedicated to making other people laugh.
And he couldn't make himself laugh.
And he couldn't even be happy.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And the craziest thing about depression, you know, anxiety, is us as men, right? Not only just Latin men, you know, just men in general.
Yeah.
Men in general, there's a lot of pressure on us, right? Because one, we gotta be tough guys, right, in the street. We don't want to be known as soft. So we gotta act super tough in front of people, right?
You gotta hold your tears.
You gotta hold your tears. You know what I'm saying?
Man up, Max.
You gotta man up, right? Then, in a relationship, you're the provider. You know what I'm saying? You're the one that's supposed to be the strong one. You're supposed to be, you gotta be the backbone, right? When women is the foundation. And it's like, you go through so much stuff, and there is no outlet for you to be able to talk, right? Because you want to look at your boy and be like, yo, listen, like, I'm going through this. And then they look at you like, yo, bro, like, what's up with you? Like, you being soft right now. And I feel like that type of mentality has to change in order for us to evolve and become better as men. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely do agree. Because even, we grew up together. We know each other's good days and bad days. And
I believe Latino men, Spanish culture at all, like, teaches you to be tough. They expect you to be tough.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all they teach you. Lo único que te dicen, when you fall, párate que tú eres un hombre.
Exacto.
I mean, that's great.
all you get.
That's great and all, but you need more than that. And sometimes it's
not the same,
explosive.
Like, let's say, for example, for a Spanish man to go see a shrink or a psychiatric, that's not. Like, to go get help, you will never see that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Like, it's very hard for you to see that they will go ask for help. And they won't seek help.
And that's, I think suicide among men is high. I don't know the
Dub,
exact number.
I want you to do a little research real quick. Find out what's the suicide rate in the United States. Like, what's the percentage
of men
of men that commit suicide? Because the point of this episode, I want to be able to talk about something that's real. That somebody listening to this, could be like, yo, I understand where they're coming from. Because I'm gonna speak from personal experience, right? I'm happy now, right? Because I received the good news, and I've been working on myself. But anybody who knows me knows that in the past year, I went through hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I lost my job, right? In the sense of, everybody's in the industry and then they want security. But then when you lose it because you're chasing your dream, to keep it 100, right? I had a job where I was getting paid $30 an hour, right? And I got an opportunity to move to Florida and throw concerts. And Dub already knows me. What?
Well, I'm looking at the facts. I didn't know this, but it is 3.5 times men commit suicide more than women. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So more men commit suicide than women.
There's actually 44,000, let's say 45,000 suicides.
And you know what's crazy? I didn't know the exact number, but I understand that. I understood that it had to be like that. Because we hold stuff in.
Yeah.
And when we explode, we don't think. And we get into more trouble.
Yeah.
That's how you see a lot of men jumping off buildings when they lose everything.
51% of our suicide by men were done by firearms.
Look at that. We holding the guns.
And and the thing is, like I was trying to say, like, we take a lot of risk as men.
We do.
And we all chasing our dreams, right? You're figuring out your dream so you could chase it. Obviously, the podcast, stand-up comedy, those are your passions, right?
Yeah.
That's something that you love.
And it's to make a point to that.
Mm-hmm.
I've done one stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
One time, an open mic, I went, I did it, ain't tell nobody. Was nervous.
Yeah.
But I never did it again.
Okay.
And I felt, and it was not because.
How you did?
I think I did well. Some people laugh. Some people were serious. Okay. I didn't get booed.
Okay.
And you don't get booed is better.
Yeah.
It's better, when you don't get booed. But, I just felt like when you're in a relationship, you have to please someone else.
Yeah.
You understand? And you always gotta kind of like stop your dream because you're going this route with somebody, or maybe that person didn't want you to do that or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And I felt like when that relationship ended, I was lost. You know, I was stressed out. I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then little by little, it got easier. And look at me now doing the podcast.
Yeah.
So let's clap it up for that.
No, let's clap it up. Let's clap it up.
I'm doing
Let's
the
clap it
podcast.
up.
You
Let's
know what I'm
clap it
saying?
up.
It took a lot for me to do this.
Yeah. I mean, and this was something that we wanted to do for a long time, you know. And I remember telling Dub, like, I'm like, yo, Dub, like, I remember I started working on this record, right? I bought Monkey Money that day. I had Dub. Yo, shout out to Monkey Money, bro.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Monkey Money, man.
Shout out to Monkey.
You know what I'm saying? And Dub, God bless Dub. You know what I'm saying? The producing is impeccable on the record. I'm still working on it. But I was so depressed that day, right? Because it was opening up old wounds, right? I had to sit down with Monkey, right? Because I'm not a writer in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to tell him everything I went through. Like that whole year. You know, and tell him, you know, step by step how I was feeling. And for Monkey to go and, you know what, Dub? Like, you think we should play a piece of the record?
Did I ever send it to you?
Yeah. But,
Did I?
if you send it to me, let me see real quick.
What is the record about?
It's basically about the experience I went through in my relationship.
Oh, so he wrote
Yeah.
he wrote a song.
Yeah, he wrote a song about it. I was working on it. And he basically was able to capture everything I felt, like, about my relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and the craziest thing was I was here and I was writing about it because I had to literally, like, write a story to him about that relationship. I started crying in the middle of the session in front of Monkey, in front of Dub. Then who else was here? I think Ruben was here too.
Yeah?
Yeah, and Rubio was here too. I started crying, bro. And
So was that real?
it was real. It was that real. And what I feel was I was able to cry and nobody that day judged me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nobody was like, yo, oh, he's soft or he's this. Everybody, like, understood, like, how deep the record was. You know, it was a moment. You know what I'm saying? And the point is of what I'm trying to say is we go through so much as men, you know, as people, that once you get to a certain age, like, I feel like you got to understand that it's no longer the games that we were playing when we were 18.
Yeah.
You know, when you're 18, like 18 to 25, like, you're not really thinking about nothing.
You're not even thinking about nothing.
You're not thinking about responsibilities. You're not thinking about love in that sense. You just really just trying to have a good time and experience life.
Yeah.
But what you end up realizing is that when you really go through something that's real crazy, like with a relationship, with finances, with, you know, just situations in your life, that's when you start realizing that life is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things that could happen and you end up just like, nah, this would never happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. This is never going to happen to me. You know, because I was reaching a certain success within my life. And I was like, yo, I was thinking like I was the nigga. I was that man. And you feel like, you never feel like you're going to take that cliff down. You know what I'm saying? And when it actually happens to you and you get punched in your face, that's when you get the reality check. You know what I'm saying? That's when
invincible.
Yeah, that's when you realize, yo, I'm normal. Like, I'm a regular person. Ain't nothing special about me. You know, I got to put in this work.
It's a tough road too, because now you got to refine yourself, and you have to get back to where you was, or even try to make it try to make it where you're good and you have no stress because you're fighting through all that.
Yeah.
So I mean, in your situation, you know, I felt for you.
Yeah.
And
no, I appreciate that, right? Because you know, if we're gonna be truthful, we're gonna be all the way truthful. I was going through it, but I wasn't reaching out.
You wasn't.
I wasn't reaching
and
out.
I was mad at you.
Yeah. No,
Because
and this is what we're gonna talk about like right now. Like, I always say this all the time, right? I always say Angel's my OG, right? And the reason why I say that,
I think I found the song.
you found it?
I think so. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Let's play this record real quick.
I'm about to take a shot, y'all.
Los trompezones de la vida le han causado dolor. Las discusiones de los días van de mal en peor. Este problema entre nosotros no tiene solución.
That's nice.
Perdimos aquí la paz, pues yo mejor me voy. Te dejo sola para no seguir la discusión. Es que no te puedo mentir. Eso es muy duro para mí. Los dos sufrimos como niños porque ahora sabemos. No fueron dos, si fueron tres. 2 años que te dediqué. Plantas de corazón tan grande. Mi corazón lo transformé. A ti te di mi corazón. Ahora quisiera lo que tú quieras. No lo supiste valorar. Por eso ahora tenemos problemas. Corre, que el tiempo pasa. No quiero olvidar todo. No quiero olvidar todo. El tiempo pasa. Quiero olvidar todo. No quiero olvidar todo. Nuestros planes no morirán, con nuestros planes seguiré. No haré por otra, al igual que
Yeah.
That was hard.
Song is not done.
The song is definitely not done. That's what you consider like the reference track. I'm gonna speak it into existence. I was talking to Dub about this. We definitely gonna get Waso Braso Wang on the song. That's 100% guarantee. And I'm also talking to Secreto to get Secreto on the song.
Be hard.
I'm gonna speak it to existence, Dub. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. But that song, you know, when I heard it right now, it gives me that aura, you know what I'm saying, of how I felt that day. And that's why music has always been my passion, because music does that for you. It takes you to that spot in your life where that day I was broken. You know what I'm saying? That day I was messed up. I was in the studio messed up. Dub was looking at me. He knew I was messed up. And we was able to just do this incredible record from it. You know, I feel like your experiences, like the pain that you go through, that's what makes you stronger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the moment when you realize, like, yo, things are real tough. But that's when you gotta have faith, right? Because we all been through that. You know, me, Dub, you, because you feel like nothing is ever going to change, right? And everything is going to be perfect and everything is going to be right. But when you're not all the way right yourself as an individual, you're not able to have anything around you that's right. You know what I'm saying? Because I made a lot of mistakes. You know, once I got to a certain point in my life, like I felt everybody around me was my friends. You know, and I know you've seen it, like when I was promoting in Eros and everything, I had 100 niggas with me all the time.
Yeah.
I was rolling with hundreds of people that wanted to be around me because I had the most popping party in the Bronx, right? And then fast forward, I get into music. People wanted to be around me and everything. And when everybody leaves, right? When all the success is gone and all the money's gone, everybody just starts scattering everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just like, oh, okay, Max is finished. We out of here.
And you see who stays.
And you see who
who's truly your
stays.
real friend. And probably the person you probably dubbed a few times.
Was
Maybe
there.
they didn't pick up their phone call like
yeah, because
that.
I'm gonna be 100, right? Because we gonna talk about it. Dub always kept contact with me, always. When I had the label, when I
you didn't
stopped,
want to sign me and left to Orlando and all that.
yeah, I left to Orlando.
Oh, wow.
No, but before he left, he didn't want to sign me. Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Wow.
Come on,
Throwing
dog.
I said,
shots.
yo, can you give me a shot, man?
Dub is a vet, bro, in this business. People know him. Do you understand? So for him to say that, that's not true. My mind wasn't right, you know, but he kept in contact with me. Even when I was in Florida and I wasn't doing shit and I was gone, he kept in contact with me. And you too, you kept in contact with me. But that was like the worst time period in my life when I was in Florida. Like that whole time, like I failed miserably at throwing concerts. You know, I lost over $107,000.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to deal with that. I had to deal with the failure of that. But when I came back, I thought I was coming back to something that I left. Like everybody's gonna be the same. I'm coming back. Shit is gonna fall right back into place. And that's not how it was.
Everybody moved on.
Everybody moved on.
Me, like, not too long, we said one thing starts going bad, they all start going bad.
Yeah. And I really feel, and I'm not trying to be religious at all. You know what I'm saying? I have my faith, but I truly believe this. When everything goes bad, that's when you know that at some point, something good is going to come. Because I was at a point, bro, where everything was bad. You understand? And you know me since I was a kid, right? You saw me in my ups. You saw me in my downs.
But this time
was different.
yeah. It was
This time was different.
definitely was.
You know, I would come around Dub and I'll try to keep like the smile going and shit. But he knew. You know, he knew I was messed up. You know, and I gotta give thanks to him because when he saw that, he gave me like that opportunity. Like he was like, yo, you know, do a record or do this, or he told me the different things, you know what I'm saying? And Dub could have easily just been like, fuck out of here, bro. This nigga's finished anyway. Like, I don't want this nigga around my studio. But he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like
He probably thought about it.
yeah, he thought about it. I think he thought about it too.
He rolled his eyes when you said it too.
But and that's all you could do, bro. That's all you could really think. You know, because when you're going through so much stuff at the same time, like you feel like anything you do is gonna come out messed up. Like everything's gonna come out messed up.
All I gotta say about that is women ain't shit.
Nah, don't do that, bro.
Women
No, don't do that.
shit.
No, don't do that.
But we ain't saying no names.
No.
But you women know who you are. you ain't shit.
You can't say all women ain't shit.
Nah, all women ain't shit. It's just, you know, in my experience, you know, I've been in 3 relationships in my whole life.
Yeah,
I've been in 1.
3.
Yo, for real? 3?
3.
I've been in 1.
3 only.
Why?
Like serious relationships.
Serious
you're talking
relationships. Not
Like
little
move in type thing.
Yeah, I mean, not only
even
moving in.
Not even move in. I'm talking about.
I'm 22. I've only been in 1 serious relationship.
I've been in 3, but
That's fine,
I'm 33.
I'm 32.
So,
I'm 32 and I only been in 1.
Well, I only been in 1.
Yeah, I mean, I started my
That
my
was in high
second
school,
relationship around that time.
Yeah.
Other than that, no.
But you know, I made a lot of mistakes, so I'm not gonna sit here and say I was the perfect boyfriend,
Yeah.
because I wasn't. But also wasn't the worst. And you know, there's things that I can't talk about to people, you know. But when you go through something like that and you go so low, you think
Crazy
you don't think
shit.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Think crazy shit.
And you know, there's a few people that I could say that I could go and talk to, and that's what we're trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? If you feel down and you feel out, you know, you got to reach to somebody and you got to talk to. And I told you that earlier, Dub.
Yeah, no, that's definitely. I think everybody needs that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Needs
you
that, somebody to talk to and like.
you need to let it out, because at the end of the day, it could be explosive. You can either hurt somebody or you could hurt yourself. And you know, at the end of the day, what got me going through stuff, and I told you this, Max, plenty of times, was my kids. My kids kept me going because I knew I had a purpose. I may not have a purpose with a certain somebody, but my kids, I knew I had a purpose, and I had to continue being the man and the provider and doing what I had to do. But you know, that's how it is sometimes. But you know, when you're low and you get back up, it feels good to be like, fuck you, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this is the thing. Like, I always used to say this in my IG, right? I always used to say, like, the people who are struggling to find purpose, you know, continue to fight, right? That's something that I always tell myself. I feel like depression and anxiety and all that comes from when you don't know what are you here for. When you start doubting like who you are as a person, and you start doubting what is your like goals,
Your existence. What are you? Like,
you feel dead. You feel dead already.
Your existence.
Yeah, why are you here?
Yeah.
What's your purpose?
And it's like, I feel like when you go through something so, like when you're in a relationship for so long, you lose your identity with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like you with that person for so long that person becomes you, and you are that person. So when you go through that breakup, right, you're literally ripping out that person out of your DNA of who you are. And it's like, it's the hardest process, right? Because it's like you're mourning somebody's death. That person is dead to you. Even if you have to see that person face to face, you're looking at a corpse, right? Because that person is a shell of themselves. Like you don't see them as who they used to represent in your life.
Exactly.
So it's like you're mourning a death. So when somebody dies, like with me, the biggest death I ever had to deal with for me was my grandmother, right? Doña Olga, I love you, right? Like when she died, it altered me as a person, right? So even though like death is so serious, when you go through like a breakup that was serious, it's like the same feeling. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
I do. I do. It is. It's definitely that same feeling, because it's like the person ain't there no more. So you have that feeling inside, like, oh, this person's not around no more.
Yeah.
It definitely is a death. And I mean, especially if you ended it the wrong way.
Yeah.
And you have, you gotta say it. Sometimes you hurt so much, you have hatred.
Yeah. I feel like in the beginning it's hatred, right?
Yeah, of course.
In the beginning it's hate, towards that person, but then eventually evolves, you know, and you look at the mistakes you committed, right? That you could have done better. And you look at what that person did to you, and you end up realizing that person was just searching for their happiness, right? What made them happy. They weren't thinking about you. They were just thinking about their happiness, which they're entitled to, you know, because it's their life. But now you're stuck because you don't know what makes you happy. Because that person was the person that you relied on to be happy, right? That person could have been your support system. It could have been the person you went to, like look at me, for example. I just got this position. That would have been the person I would have ran to and be like, yo, I finally achieved something in this music, right? I finally gotten to this point, you know, and you can't. You just look at the phone and you might dial the number, but you know you can't call that number no more. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to move on and find something else to give you happiness. You know, like, I was talking to one of my boys the other day, and he was like, yo, like, so you're not going to get another shorty or something? Like, you're not going to whatever? And I'm like, I'm not ready for that right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not ready to be in another relationship because I don't want to make the same mistake. And another thing is, I don't want to feel what I felt, right? Because, like, it's like when you burn your hand, right? You don't want to feel that again. So you don't even want to be in the kitchen no more.
And I'll tell you this much. You ruin other people.
Yeah.
Because that person may love you to death and may be the best thing for you, but you don't want that feeling. You don't want to create that feeling again.
Yeah.
For it to happen. And then now you're just
you feel that same thing.
Yeah, you're just a rock. You don't feel nothing for the person that really is probably the best thing for you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm having that same issue at the moment. And right now, like, I'm just not ready for that. I'm focusing on myself first.
Yeah.
And I'm not ready to be with somebody and build them up. I'm building myself up first, and then whoever I get with, or even if I do, I don't know. Whoever I get with gotta be already built, because I'm not here to build nobody no more. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, the problem I see is that in society right now, we're so consumed with, like, people's accomplishments, people's money, you know, whatever position they're in, right? That we don't appreciate the people that are building themselves up. You know, the people who are trying to achieve something for themselves. But the thing is that while you're in that journey of trying to build yourself, you know, you're literally fighting against so many different things. You know, because when I was trying to make it, or I'm still trying to make it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could be like one of the most miserable people because I was frustrated that I was trying to do something with my life and it wasn't working. You know, like, I remember watching this video from Steve Jobs where he says that people who are so persistent to make it, they have to be insane after going, you know, after their passion, because when you fail so much, a logical person is going to quit and just do something else. You know, but the people who are persistent about their passion and want to achieve something, you know, they have to keep going. Even if they fail, they fail. I always say this, and maybe, like, I'm being a little too hard on myself, but I feel like when it comes to trying to make it, I've failed miserably hundreds of times. Like, hundreds of times.
But you was focused.
But I kept pushing. I kept pushing, and I feel like the only way you could ever enjoy anything is if you fail miserably. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got it.
I literally like, I lost everything, bro. And you know this,
Yeah.
I lost everything that you could think about, right? Everything that people considered me to be cool or to have some sort of power. Like, I lost everything in a span of 3 months, 4 months.
And he ain't bullshitting, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? And
Facts.
I dealt with a lot of shit in that sense, right? Because I went through the whole depressed shit. I went through the anxiety shit. I went through the whole feeling empty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't know who to speak to. So we're going back to what we originally said, right? Where me and you, we was having this conversation in the car, and I was like, I was embarrassed to call you, right? And you was like, why? Like, why are you embarrassed to tell me? Like, you know, when I was going through my shit, you know.
Exactly.
Like, I called you. And I remember we went out to eat a few times, you know, to talk about it.
And it was funny too, because it was hard, because then around that time stuff was moving for me, and I wanted to call you and I wanted to tell you all the good stuff, but I knew you was going through it, and I held back as well.
Yeah.
Cause with me, when I went through it, after the depression got easier, then you almost burned the mic.
Yeah, my
Goddamn.
Yeah, my fault. Go.
We smoking weed right now, God. Not me.
Damn. Man, you about to burn this shit?
Yeah.
No, we good. We good.
So back to what I was saying. I went after the depression got easier to deal with. I just, like I said, I was like, I gotta work on myself, and I gotta build myself. And you know, I got a better job. Not saying that I like the job, but I make more money. You know, I got one of my dream cars. You know, shit was moving, and I wanted to tell you, but I knew you was going through it, and it didn't feel right for me to be like, oh yeah, I got this when you lost that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was also, like I told you, I was also mad at you, because that don't matter to me. Whether you down or out or broke, rich, you my mans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but like I said, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
On that deal. Cause we gotta cop it up again for that. Cause to go through what this man went through, y'all, and to come back with a, how you say it? What's the word? Come back.
I came back, I feel, because I'm going to say it like this, right? Everything I went through, right, it humbled me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to miss something on the podcast, because I feel like we always got to be 100% truthful when we're talking here. Like, I always used to tell you, like, every time I do something fly, I always used to tell you, because I used to like hearing the sound of your voice. You know what I'm saying? When I tell you, be like, oh shit, like that's crazy. And that was like, to achieve things and to hear you, yo, that's dope, whatever. Like, it gave me like that validation. Because when we were growing up, for me, you know, people had heroes, right? And at that particular moment, you was that nigga. And you still are. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, when we was young, you was bagging all the bitches, right? You was always flea. Even though we didn't have all that money, but you knew how to play it off.
You gotta work with what you have.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And when I started getting some successes and stuff like that, I kept telling you, because I wanted to get to that point where you was, in my eyes, right? Because I was always, you know, I'm younger than you. I'm 2 years younger than you. So for me, it was like you was super cool with the young dudes, right? With my age and down. But then you were still able to chill with the older dudes because, like, you was in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So that's when all my shit started fucking up, and like it was public, everything, and I didn't know, and like people started hitting me up and just calling me like private, like making fun of me and doing crazy shit like that. Like, I was embarrassed to even speak to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, this nigga might know, and I don't know. Because I know how you are, right? You're a funny dude. So you might have said, like, a comment, like, being funny, and I was going to take it at that time hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't going to tell you because I'm a man, right?
Yeah.
Going back to what we talking about, I'm a man, so I'm going to hang up the phone and be messed up. You know what I'm saying?
But I wouldn't have done that.
No, I know, but that was my mentality.
And you know me. Anything I hear about with you or anything, anybody say anything, you know, I'm going to tell you.
No, yeah.
That's just...
Yeah.
That's the guy code. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Nigga, anybody say something about any of your niggas, you're gonna respond to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I told you, you went through that, and I get it, and I understand where you coming from. So I wasn't mad at you or anything like that. I just felt more like you could have came to me and you could have spoke to me, because I could have been that shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, like, it is what it is, man. Because now look at us, and look at you, and look how you rebuilding, and that goes for everybody else too that's going through depression or anything. It doesn't even have to be about relationships.
Nah, because
You know?
for me, like, it's not just a relationship, right? It was everything. It was everything around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the sense of, you know, I'm not gonna say I was rich, but I was nice.
Like, he was making money.
I was
Yo,
good.
this man, and I'm gonna say it again.
Rico, coño.
Rico de tela. I'm telling
that's
you,
not going down.
he was making money, y'all. He didn't make me pay for one dinner. Now, I gotta pay for my dinner. But it's all right.
But, you know, and that's what I feel like. It wasn't just a relationship. It was like everything around me was crumbling. And then with that happening, there was also people calling me, like, making fun of me, private.
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy to me.
Some soft shit to do.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to deal with all that. And I felt like, I know I did it the wrong way by just holding it inside, in a sense, not telling nobody. But I lost my sense of trust for everybody at that particular time. Because, one, I was weak, I was vulnerable, and I didn't want people to see me that way. You know, so I had to build myself. And the way I did it was spiritually, you know, because I went through something in Florida. You know, I'm not going to get into that right now. But I went through some crazy situation in Florida. And when that happened to me, when I got home, you know, from the hospital, like, I told myself, yo, God, if you're able to get me out of this situation, I promise you I'm going to get baptized. You know, if you're able to take me out of this state, how I feel right now, I'm going to get baptized. You know what I'm saying? And when I came back to New York and all this stuff happened to me, and I was able to, I'm not going to say completely heal, right? Because I'm not.
It takes time.
But I was able to move on in life. Well, not even move on, more like understand what is happening. And that's when I got baptized. You know, June 20th of this year, I got baptized.
It was funny too, because I seen it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you know, at one point we were atheists.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I could still say I'm not like a complete atheist now, like I was before, but I'm still there half and half when it comes to religion and believing in something, in a higher power. When I saw that, instead of, you know, maybe it was like 5 years ago, I would have seen you do that. I would have been like, yo, what the hell is this dude do? You know?
Yeah.
But I understood why you did it, you know? And I knew then that you was going through something, and I called you.
Yeah.
Right after.
Yeah.
And we spoke, and and then that's when you kind of broke it down with everything that's going on.
Yeah. And
yeah,
like after I did that, I had a couple of interesting phone calls after. The pastor that baptized me, before you get baptized, they ask you like what you do. They ask you a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, I told them I was in the music industry, like, I deal with the Latin side or whatever. And he told me, he's like, yo, are you gonna put this on your Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, like that you're doing this? And I was like, I don't think I could do that, and he's like, you're saying that because you're afraid of people's opinions of what they're gonna say. Yeah. And to be honest with you, the answer was yes, because normally us Latinos, Latinas, when we see somebody get baptized and become Christian, you automatically think he stopped drinking, he stopped smoking, he stops. He stopped going to the clubs. And, they try to use the Bible. Like, there was a few times after I got baptized where I came to a few places and they were like, yo, we can't curse around him. We can't do this around him because he's a Christian. And what I got from that is, listen, when you become a Christian, your job is to be around people who are not Christians. You understand? That whole thing about isolating yourself and just being around the Christians and stuff like that, that's not a real Christian. A real Christian is a person that's supposed to be around people who are not Christians. And when they need his help and they want to talk to him, you explain to them, about faith. You understand? Because it's not about converting that person into being a Christian. It's just making that person a better person. Because it's not about religion. It's not about being Christian, Muslim, all these different type of religions. It's not about that. It's about understanding that there's a higher power. And when you feel that you are alone and nobody cares about you, which is most of the time for us, just know that you have somebody who do care about you, that is going to fight for you. And that's what I did. I remember the first day, I just said, yo, I'm going to leave everything in your hands. Like all the stress, the depression, I'm going to give it all to you. And you figure it out. And everything started falling into place for me after that. When I started being able to talk about it, right? Because I wasn't even able to talk about it. But when I started doing it publicly, where people would be like, yo, how you been or whatever, and I just say it like, yo, I was going through this, I was going through that. I apologize if I wasn't around, but I was dealing with this. When you start being able to talk about it publicly and you don't feel any type of way about it, that's when you start growing as an individual. That's when you start really becoming complete as a person.
I feel you. I understand that completely.
So the craziest thing about it is we need to stop with the whole we don't go through nothing. We do.
Mm-hmm.
You know
every
what I'm saying?
You go through something every day.
We go through something every day. And we shouldn't look down on those people who break down because they're going through something. The problem becomes when you see that person down every day and you see that they're not trying to make it better.
Yeah.
That's where the problem happens. If every day you're crying, every day, and you see that same person crying every single day, and you don't see that at least they're trying to do something with their life, even though they're crying, then that's where the problem is. Like, I cried every day. I'm going to keep it 100.
I couldn't listen to no Osuna music.
Nah.
What?
Nah.
No
I couldn't
music.
listen to no Osuna music. I couldn't listen to Cardi B for nothing. Because Cardi B...
I needed to listen to some hard shit. I was listening to some The Locks. You know what I'm saying? DMX.
Yeah.
All the hard rappers I was listening to, because I couldn't listen to nothing sensitive, nothing.
Nah, because your emotions come out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what music does, though.
And
that's,
not to cut you off, but it affects everything you do. Work, everything. And it happened to me too as well. Like, I would go to work and be all messed up, couldn't it was messing up my money. I almost lost my job.
Yeah, because, well, I'm not gonna get into the details, but I remember you called me, like, after it got serious, and you started talking to me about it, and it's hard when you hear somebody that you know for so long going through this, and you can't really say anything to, like, make them feel better. All you can be is like, yo, I'm here.
It's a troubling thing, but that's the message we want to give to y'all, to the listeners, and just know we're gonna talk about everything. This is the 2-7.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk about popular news. We're gonna talk about real life experiences. We're gonna laugh. We're probably gonna cry. We're gonna be mad. This is life. This show's about life.
We didn't fight today.
You know what I'm saying?
Word. Angelo Max didn't fight today, y'all.
We didn't fight. We good. But the greatest thing though is when you go through the hardships with your friends, that's when you really see a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just call me to go pop bottles with you in the club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta be there with you when you're depressed too.
Hey, yo,
Bad.
Max came through for me in a very, very, very hard time.
I'm jealous.
Dude did something I wouldn't even expect.
It's funny. I could tell you that as a man, Dub. I got probably a week.
Yeah.
Of meeting Dub, and I see the type of person you are. And I fuck with you, man. Respect. You heard?
Word.
I don't know about this guy next to me over here. You know what I'm saying? He smoking all the Dubs backwards and shit.
Rubio sauce.
Rubio el tigre.
No, but the thing is, like I'm saying, Rubio, how old are you?
22.
He's 22 years old, bro.
Age. Yo, Rubio,
that's a good age, bro.
You be fucking good, right? You be fucking bitches. That's not good,
Look, but he's staying quiet though. He's like,
quiet, because he probably got a girl. So he gotta, he ain't gonna put it out there. But
that age is great, bro.
That age is
22
great.
is great.
Young, fun, and full of cum, right? That's
but yeah. So I want everybody, no, not just men, just in general, everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
When you're going through something that's bad and you feel like your whole world is gonna end, like, I need you to understand something. It's not. I needed somebody to be there for me, right? When I was going through all this, just to tell me, yo, Max, it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be okay. The storm is gonna pass, and you're still gonna be standing there. You gotta move forward. And that's the same thing. When Dub told me what he was going through, you know what I'm saying? I was going through what I was going through. It was like around the same time. And it helps you to help people. You understand? So you could be down and out and be depressed and feel down. But when somebody comes for you for help and you're able to help that person, like you're able to at least with a conversation, at least make them feel better, that also helps you out as a person who's depressed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Rubio doesn't understand none of this stuff because he's young. So young people don't get depressed and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Just have fun.
He's good.
Nah, you get more depression when you're young.
No, you do.
You do. You do. But the thing is, at that age where you at, I felt invincible at that age.
Depression? What you mean they don't? A lot of suicide.
No, yes.
Seen suicide, but that's bully and stuff like that. I'm talking about we talking about 22-year-old.
No, but I'm saying, you're saying the age doesn't really matter.
No, the age doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is that when you're younger, you don't really get attached to people as much. Like have like that attachment.
You don't have that human dependency.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like listen, I've been in one relationship, right? That lasted 10 years. That was my only relationship. But before that, I had little things. 2 meses, un mes, 3 meses. You know what I'm saying? And when the girl used to leave or I used to break up with the girl, I didn't care. Like, it didn't bother me at all. They would just leave.
It didn't bother me.
I was like, all right, whatever.
My longest relationship was a year.
Look at that.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
But you know what's crazy? At the beginning, she left me, and I was like, oh, fuck it. Like, I didn't care. It was like a couple months after, like a month after or two, I was like, damn, what the fuck? I missed her like a couple of two. But to this day, I still miss her, I think.
Yeah.
Still fuck that bitch.
But that's the point. Like, you don't really.
I fucked up. Fuck her.
We all do. I mean, like that's another thing. We're not saying that we're perfect.
Of course not.
Because nobody's perfect. You make your mistakes and you learn from it. And at the end of the day, you know, when you get hurt, that's when it's like that punch in the face that you're talking about.
Yeah, like you don't.
Like, wow, that happened.
You don't feel like that person is ever gonna leave.
That's how it goes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yo, just follow us on Instagram, man. Bro. You got Guardian 718, right?
Yep, 718.
But you got like an underscore. In between the GUA underscore.
Yeah, let me look it up, because
let me look it up.
I don't be remembering my shit, and I gotta make it.
But before that, my Instagram is Max Escobar 4.
And my Instagram is Guardian718 underscore. So it's gonna be GUAR underscore DIN 718. You heard?
Let's give a shout out to our sponsors, EVR Recording Studios.
Shout out to them. Dub.
You're a genius, bro.
Did it good.
27 Podcast.
The 27 Podcast.
Yo, the Bronx is burning.
Oh, you have a STD.
Hosted by Angelo and Max. These scumbags.
Do you love me?
No.